me feeling like I'm academics. Can't
Make sure you
Okay, who's this guy?
Doing everything.
Okay, here we go.
At this young age and pursuing rap, where a lot of time rap requires you to leave the streets alone.
Yeah.
To focus. Was it hard for you to juggle these two things?
Oh yeah, for sure. Cause it just felt like this. And I'm gonna be totally honest and transparent, my nigga. Like, you know what I'm saying? I ain't the type of nigga to sit here and sugarcoat shit. But when it was Ross' turn and we was on the road and we was doing everything, and then when everybody was a group effort. When it was Gunplay's turn, it was crickets. You see what I'm saying? So it's like it was hard for me. What you want me to do? Nobody's. It's like I got hit records. Nobody's giving me a budget. Nobody's doing nothing. So what you want me to fucking do?
Hit.
What would you like me? What would you like me to do? Do more? Do more? Give another hit record and do more and never get no money? Or would you? What you want me to see is go back in these streets and go ahead and tap these pockets,
right?
Like I have to do. You see what I'm saying? Like this is what I did. This is what I didn't want to do.
Right. Okay, so look like this feels like an artist who, a lot of artists are at this stage of their career now, or let me say lack of career, where they're no longer viable rap artists, and in this podcast era, they're now speaking about themselves, and people have all the same questions. What happened? Now, the hardest thing to say is that I was a junkie. I was never that good. I really couldn't rap. I got lucky. The easiest thing to say is, well, other people didn't do this or looked past me or ignored me or didn't give me the alley-oop, and that's why I'm not there. So I'm wondering if that's the route he's going to go with it. Let's hear.
Right. You see what I'm saying? But since niggas don't understand and niggas want to be, okay, we don't know who Gunplay is. Fuck, nigga, give me that chain. Let me get all that because I'm back. You see what I'm saying? That was literally a cry for help for real when I look back and see that now.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Let me get that.
Right.
Let me get that. So
you showing them like I really would do this.
Yeah, push me back in the street. So I mean, what you really want me to do? Like, I'm for everything. I was down for the program for over 10, 15 years.
Definitely
and it's my turn.
And
then nobody lifted a finger, made a phone call or nothing for the old boy. You see what I'm saying? So what you want me to fucking do?
Now, is he saying Ross directly? Because here's how it went down. Gunplay signed to MMG. MMG was on Atlantic at a point, and then I think eventually went over to like Epic.
That's crazy because you had some killer features.
Yeah.
And by the way, W podcast hosts, I don't know really who these guys are, but when you interview somebody like Gunplay, we love you, but they're giving you the gas that nobody ever says these things. Man, you had some fire ass shit, man. Niggas, that's how you get the nigga to talk shit. Like, this is an interview trick, right? Like, you got the nigga in front of you that shouldn't even be like being a, you just start gassing. Man, yo, you really should have been the guy. You had the most talent. Really, like, niggas was fucking with you. Niggas in the streets loved you. You done gas them to the moon at that point. Now they ready to talk shit. Now they about to give you your podcast. This is when you look over your producer and he says, this is where the clippers come in. He about to give you all the clips. Man, you had some fire shit. Here you go.
Start looking in, but then when you when I'm signed to a label like Maybach Music, my hands tied. It's all.
Here you go. Clips is coming. This is where the clips. Yo, chat. I'm telling you, I do this shit for a living, gang. Yo, if I want a clip, just gas them up. Like, yo, man, like low key. Maybach Music after Ross, we really needed a gritty nigga. Like, we needed you. Like, I never was cool with like a Wale Stally type of nigga. Like, yo, why they bring on Omarion? Yo, they should have dumped all the bread into you. You had the story. You was like that. Yo, you had that raw, rugged shit. Man, they dropped the ball, man. And you had that one joint everybody was fucking with. Man, you done glaze this nigga so much, he about to drop 83, nigga. Bam Adebayo, he about to give you the clips right now. You right, nigga. I was on MMG. I don't know why. Ross must have been eating too much Wingstops. That nigga didn't. Thank you. Clip.
All up on the big dog, and then if he don't want to get me a budget, then he won't get me a budget.
You and Ross aren't close anymore?
Okay. I was about to say, respectfully, this is man talk. Shut the fuck up, okay? Because you about to fuck up my clip. I would have kicked all the girls on the podcast. Because when, yo, one of the popular things, like, I'm going to give you a little secret about me. So, for example, I'll even give you with A$AP Rocky. So, with A$AP Rocky, I know we got to get to the Drake shit. But A$AP, we could have a good interview before. Now, I don't want to make this the Drake interview. So let me get through all the shit where you've been at, case, you have kids, family. We're going to get through all of that. But when I get to Drake and beef, I got about an hour left. So now, I think he actually did have something to do. I could see my assistant, she off camera. She's giving me the wrap-up symbol. She put up her phone with shit on it. Like, she's saying all type of shit. Gang, when I done buttered you up for an hour and 30 minutes, this next hour, I don't care if you late for whatever. Y'all got to cut my cameras off for me to stop questioning. And at that point, nigga, I'm tunnel vision. So, they're making monkey signs. They're waving at me. They're doing this. He gotta go. No, he don't. These are the real questions I'm asking right now. These are the real questions. The only person, Dirk was fire with it because I was like, I'm gonna give Dirk, like, this is how I do my interviews. I'm gonna give you a regular interview and then I'm gonna get to the messy shit. Big Act gotta get to the messy shit. All right, what's good? What's good with you and Keith, man? Like, you hanging out with the niggas who robbed him? What's up? We gonna get to it. So when I get to that part, I look at my producers. They know me. Like, sometimes my assistant be talking to their mans are like, yeah, I'm giving him the wrap-up sign. He just won't stop. I'm not stopping, nigga. I'm going to get the interview. But this is where, like, if there's anybody that interrupt, I'm telling them, shut the fuck up. This is ISO ball. This is why I get paid the big bucks. Shut up. So, but Shorty asked the right question because I was going to ask that. Wait, you and Ross not cool? I was going to gas it. If I'm in here, I'm gassing it. So she asked the right question. But normally, if she says some bullshit, I'm over. But she asked the right question.
I ain't gonna lie, like, not really. As of lately, nah. I'm, you know what I mean? But
Oh, you
don't
give it
talk
up.
at all.
nah.
Was there anything that the industry?
Okay. Maybe she belong on the pod. My bad, Shorty. I mean to disrespect you because you're a woman. Sometimes I just be thinking I did it to look cute. I'm there to be messy. Straight up.
did to you that you've never publicly said out loud?
Say that one more time.
Was there anything that the industry did to you that you've never actually?
Oh, I would have boxed her out now. Like, I'm glad I didn't say the B word. Shorty, you got the question. Yo, we're interviewing Gunplay in 2026. You finally asked the question that we probably sat here for an hour waiting to ask, that we don't look corny by just like interjecting it at a random point. And when he gives us the answer that says, ask 55 more follow-up questions, you're ready to move on to, is there anybody in the industry? No. As soon as he say you're not cool with Ross, I'm gaslighting it. Damn, word, why? Nigga, I thought you was Ross' #1 shooter. Like, straight up, I'm on that. Like, yo, I thought you were Ross' #1 shooter. Like, yo, I just seen like when, he gave you a gift, like you was in the with your wife. Like, nah, not Ross. I'm gassing the gang. I'm getting them clips straight up.
Publicly said out loud.
I mean, I could go in. I could get. They had
You gotta shut her up right here and just focus on Ross. Ross, I love you, but this is my job. I'm ISOing it.
They had me motherfucking. They had me selling my publishing. Basically, sold my publishing for.
Ross did that? Nigga, I'm gassing this.
For 50,000. They gave me 25,000 up front. We never did a second Triple C album for me to get the other 25,000, but I still ended up paying back 50,000.
What?
Yeah. Sony ATV, this is facts. And then my first album that I dropped, Matt Middleton and a bitch named Megan Price that was managing me at the time, they thought I was cooked.
Yeah. Yo, when a nigga does, I'm telling you, when a nigga does an interview like this, he ready to give up the tea. You just gotta get it, bro. Just heat up the kettle.
So what they did was amend my contracts. So my back end of 75,000 for my first fucking album, it went to them. So I got fucked for that. So fuck Matt Middleton, fuck Megan Price, and everybody who put potholes in my road to success.
Thanks.
Because that when that karma knocking, I just hope that you dressed. You see what I'm saying? That's it, my nigga.
Because it's crazy because you see
That's wild.
how you front line shit. You played the soldier position. You know what I'm saying when it came to MMG.
Gas it.
Niggas knew if you fucking with Ross, you fucking with Gunplay. It was just like you didn't have. If you gonna say some shit about this man gonna
That shit
follow
don't
up.
count in the industry though, son.
And then you get a hit record. I'm on the outside looking in. I don't know nothing. It just feels like once you get a hit, I can understand if you dropping duds and then your man like, bro, this just ain't it, dog.
And we had yams.
You gotta keep working.
We had yams, straight yams. That was the
Yams
first
was hard,
one. That was
yeah.
my first record that everybody. Come on now, you know what I'm saying? It didn't make the Deeper Than Rap album. I was told to put on that Deeper Than.
Oh, actually, MMG was under. I apologize. They were under Def Jam, low key.
On that record to put.
It's just that Meek was on Atlantic.
Shout out Deeper Than Rap, promoting the album, thinking it's gonna be on the album. Nah, that was just promoting the album. Thank you. Going about your business. You see what I'm saying? So that was the first one, and the next one was Rolling. You know what I'm saying? With Waka Flocka.
When that shit hit around tax time, bro.
Exactly.
That
you
was
know what I'm
my,
saying? And then
that was my fucking record.
Debbie stopped that one, along with nobody wanting to get a budget for me. So Debbie stopped that one. She said she had gave that to Ross and not me, but I got it and turned it into a hit record. It wasn't a real hit record. I had to spice it up, you know. Ain't no shade on Waka. That's my dog. But let's be honest here. You know what I'm saying? Like I done turned this shit into something different, bro. You feel me? So, that's Waka Mama.
Waka Mama, yeah.
Yeah. Debbie is Waka Mama. You know what I'm saying?
Deborah Ant.
So she ain't clear that one. And then Bible on the Dash. Just nothing. Just nobody, just nothing.
I refuse.
Still signed to, whatever. And then the next one was I get called 1:30 in the morning. Never forget it. The fat boy called me, say, yo, I got a record for you to get on. Ironically, it's called Nobody's Favorite. And it ironically just happened to be everybody's favorite. The label was even asking when we shooting the video. It took them 5 months to shoot it, and even though it was like the most played on it, and Yvette, shout out to Yvette, she just kept trying to push for me. But at the end of the day, he said he wanted it to be a street single. That's what Yvette told me. So I was like, okay, he wanted to stay in the streets. So all right. So that was the fourth time, and after that, it's just like.
Nigga. During that time when it was you, Ross, Meek, Wale, Stally,
Torch.
like, what do you remember most from that time working with all these guys? And all these guys.
I'm gonna be honest again, dog. I hate being honest, dog.
We be honest. That's why people love you.
It's gotta be a great interview. Nigga done took his shirt off. Nigga the wife beater. Nigga don't got no socks on. Perfect. Best time to get the interview, bro.
I just couldn't understand why I didn't get a deal.
Right.
Why was I still on?
Nigga got no socks on. Yo, this is the best interview right here. Shout out to these niggas.
Def Jam and y'all was doing that, knowing I was a day one nigga, like knowing, you know what I'm saying?
Thank you for saying that.
So it's like,
I mean, we was all wondering that.
Nobody was wondering that. All right. These guys ain't that bad. Yeah, yo, I be interviewing some artists. I be like, man, everybody was wondering that. Nigga, nobody in the history of time has ever. Yo, you know what my favorite joint is? Yo, you know one thing I be seeing in the comments? I've never seen it in the comments, y'all. I've never seen it. I've never seen it. Like, I've never. I just wanted to ask the question, but I didn't want to take the full blame. Yo, you know I be seeing the comments a lot, dog? Yo, why you never popped off and that nigga popped off? Never seen it. That was never in the comments, bro. It was never in the comments, bro. It was never in the comments. You know? You gotta gaslight it. Yo, when you tell an artist, yo, we all been wondering that, they're like, what? Nigga, because they never heard that. Nobody say that either. Trust me.
We was all wondering that shit.
But you know, it is what it is.
Thank you for saying
it. It is what it is. You know what I'm saying? That's why I could honestly say, like when it comes down to it, yeah, if being around somebody, that's not putting anybody on. A person that has put in the work, and then you tell that person, okay, bring me a hit record, and you bring that person a hit record and nothing gets done, then that's just basically saying fuck you. You know what I'm saying? Like I just felt like a slap in the face. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I just had to make my own way, my nigga, and just make.
Hey, Gunplay. Let me give you a little bit, and you've been around this thing for a long time. Man, Rick Ross is a good nigga, and I think he's a good nigga to you. The harsh truth about most of these things is that, yes, you probably had some shortcomings, maybe some were your own doing. Obviously, there was some stints with Coca-Cola. Let's just call it that, but you know what it is. A little nose candy, all that stuff. But nevertheless, every artist has a story about, damn, they didn't give me this budget, this and third. The industry doesn't work off, oh, we just don't want this guy to succeed. They work off priorities. And maybe you could probably think that, well, I'm the day one. Ross should prioritize me. Well, Ross is running a business. You want him to prioritize you in terms of budget-wise when he got Meek Mill, he got Wale? At the end of the day, the unfortunate and the uncomfortable truth is that your career, obviously, if we could optimize it, would have been bigger and better, but it probably did what it's supposed to do. A lot of people live in this, what could have been, shoulda, woulda, coulda. You're not a horrible artist, but you weren't a star. And that's the end of the day. And when a nigga's running a label and trying to figure it out, he got to make some of these decisions. And yeah, you as man, so you probably got more opportunities. That's another thing. Like people said, and I hate to compare it because it's a man and a woman, but it's like with Cassie. People are like, oh man, Cassie was going to be... Bro, did y'all watch the video of Cassie performing? Cassie couldn't sing. Cassie got too much opportunities. People thought at one point, though, she didn't get enough. People thought, oh, nah, Diddy just like her because she pretty. Bro, then we kind of start to see, when we get in the real files, because it comes out in court, Diddy was actually giving her more opportunities and putting more money behind her to make her happy. It just wasn't working. It's hard for artists to admit that, yes, it's work ethic is this, but if you're not the guy, you're not the guy. You may have had a hot song, a hot moment, but this is the National Association of Elite Rappers. I've always said rappers are running backs. If you watch football, a running back who lasts 3 years is a cool running back. You last 5 years, you're a good running back. You last anywhere near 10 years, you're usually a running back that's talking about being in a Hall of Fame, right? A running back is a very limited position. It's not meant to be here for a long time. The culture with music, the sound changes every three years. When he mentions he had a song with Waka, Waka was popping in the Lex Luger era. The Lex Luger era, as prolific as y'all think it was, it wasn't 10 years. That shit came really quick and burnt out. Same thing, let's think about DJ Mustard. The thing with DJ Mustard, he got 15 different styles because he's that great of a producer. See, DJ Mustard is him. So DJ Mustard came with, remember when he was beating that style into the ground? Ding, 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 ding. And he put Chris Brown on the hook, blah, blah. Put your panties to the side. He got mad hits off like, that's when he was saying 10 Summers. What did he pop off with back in 2018? He pops off with Roddy Ricch. I put the new 4Gs on the Jeep, right? Like he does balling. He's showcased himself. All of his songs throughout the eras, 2012 or 2013, I might be wrong with the dates, or maybe it was 2014, is my nigga, my nigga. Then he goes to remember it was 2012 to whatever he was on or 2011 to whatever he was on the ding, 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 and he was a lot of clap drums or whatever. Bro, he changed his style many times. So I get it. In that very small window, you felt that it could have been more, but sometimes you gotta look within, and the harsh truth, even if you look within it, you're like, well, I'm not the only one to blame. You gotta also remember, this is music, there's nothing. It's merit, but it's also luck. There's no, like, if labels could predict hits, nigga, they would just be pumping out hit songs left and right. Why are we in a space right now where they're saying there's no rappers? Because it's not as easy as you think. So when you have a career, you see a lot of artists, and I always hate this about artists. When they're having their moment, they think it lasts forever. They chill back. They want to smoke weed. They want to go get their bitch pregnant. They want to go take vacations. They want to go do this. They want to fuck off because they think it's still going to be here. The time comes quickly. It's over in a second. And again, what I would say to Gunplay is that Gunplay, the biggest thing is that you're not a star. You're not a superstar. You had some good songs. If you had maybe more work ethic, you were a little bit clean cut, you could probably maximize that a little bit more, but that's up for debate because I think part of what made you successful is that like wild card factor. But to try to blame stuff on Rick Ross, maybe y'all got some stuff personally going on, but you got to give Ross credit for using his leverage to put you in opportunities and putting you in position. Pause. You know, again, the idea of like when maybe your career, your situation isn't whatever, you look at the guy who's still still going and said, nah, you know what? He kind of fucked up my shit to keep his shit going, or no, that's just not the truth. And as much as I don't really care for this dude really now, and y'all know he rock with the people who trying to get me. We talking about Memphis Bleak. That's why I give Memphis Bleak credit. Memphis Bleak ain't no fucking star. Memphis Bleak was a guy who got lucky to be cool with Jay-Z. He had like 1 or 2 songs. He still got that song niggas play in the club, right? Like, that's great, cool. But at the end of the day, Memphis Bleak is a blip in hip-hop. He was always going to be a blip. He's not going to be on nobody's top list, right? And that's okay because that's the majority of rappers. You know what he did, though? He didn't sit there and just feel super entitled to Jay. Even though Jay was on his records, gave him even, you know, Jay gave him Dear Summer. Jay was basically like fucking just his insurance plan for this entire career. Jay even said, even if he says he's gonna put a nigga in his will. Like, the top artist says, this guy's gonna be my will. He's gonna be set for life. You know what? You know what Memphis Bleak did? Come on, we could look at Memphis Bleak. He doesn't look like the smartest, you know, he doesn't look like the sharpest knife in the fucking drawer. Like, Jay-Z probably has his own, like, Maverick Carters and whatever we hear about these Tata and these other people. But you know what? You know what Memphis Bleak did? He played his role. He figured out a role. He figured out at some point, hey, I can't keep chasing these rap dreams. Let me try to figure out Jay's building this complete empire. Let me try to build maybe a label underneath it. Maybe I try to be the A&R. Maybe I try to be this. Whatever his role is now, I just know that he has a presence. And Jay still fucks with him. And that's the win, right? Like, he's still getting money. He's like, and to be honest, he'll probably be he's going to be way more easily remembered and definitely respected because he adjusted with the times. Listen, the movie Prestige is meant for everybody to watch. Not all y'all motherfuckers could end up as the nigga who's at the top of the stage. Sometimes you get your moment in the limelight, then you got to fall back. You got to be the writer. You got to be the A&R. You got to help build a label. You got to go partner with someone else. You got to go cook up for the new hot guy who they used to look at as you. You got to do a little coaching. That's the problem with people when they're in this rap game. A lot of these guys, they think they got to be the artist and they can't get out of that mode because they see stardom as the only way to validate why they even gotten into rap. You get what I'm saying? Anyway, I'm not here to lecture. It just is what it is. Yeah, Memphis Bleak was like fucking pushing Douce like it was going out of style. Feel what I'm saying? Yeah, and he's figured out something that works for him. Now, here's the thing. You can't also blame the person who got you on, who's fucking with you, if you're doing mad other shit. Okay, so what are you doing? So you end up doing shit like you're getting in trouble with drugs and you're becoming like a bad look. At some point, you gotta trim the fat. It just is what it is, you know? Again, I'm pretty sure there's some personal stuff, and I don't want to just, invalidate his story, but I do want to say that I see artists here a lot, and I think it's misguided when they start blaming the person who helped them the most, okay? because at the end of the day, this is the music business. It only caters to stars. If you had one song or 1.5 song or one song that was a hit, then the other song that was cool, you're not a star. This hip hop game was not catered to you. You should have been here for that summer, the next summer, and the third summer. You're supposed to be running around taking whatever bags you could get, and then you're making a business. You bought a couple houses. You're fucking got some Airbnbs going. You got an ice cream stand over there. Like, you're supposed to be a hustling entrepreneur if you really want to do your thing. Shout out to Chameleonaire. Chameleonaire knew that he was, like, with all due respect, and by the way, I think he went platinum with this album. He had really a big single. And he realized that this shit it's not gonna be. So anyway, let me not keep dragging the topic, right? Hey, for all my people,
I didn't get a deal.
I hate to see old veteran niggas on podcasts complaining about the opportunity they had.
Ross responds to Gunplay. Who's right?
It felt like a slap in the face. You tell that person, okay, bring me a hit record, and you bring that person a hit record and nothing gets done, then that's just basically saying,
I'll never be a complainer.
why I didn't get a deal.
I hate to see old veteran niggas on podcasts complaining about the opportunity they had.
Ross responds to Gunplay. Who's right?
It felt like a slap in the face. You tell that person, okay, bring me a hit record, and you bring that person a hit record and nothing gets done, then that's just basically saying,
I'll never be a complainer.
why I didn't get a deal.
I hate to see old veteran niggas on podcasts complaining about the opportunity they had.
Ross responds to Gunplay. Who's right?
It felt like a slap in the face. You tell that person, okay, bring me a hit record, and you bring that person.
My bad. Whole bunch of stuff going on, huh? Okay. All right. So I want to find that full version of that video. Okay. Give me 1 second. Fuck. Did I mess up right here? Give me 1 second. Okay. All right. So,
Juggling.
Why?
yeah, I can't really see
this one coming.
All right. Do we have Rick Ross's response? Okay, here we go.
Without a doubt is a major milestone. The love I got for the game, it will be endless. That's why I still do it. I still love to perform. I still love to go to clubs. I still love to hear new music, old music, new records, new vibes, new fashion. I still love to sit back in the corner, smoke good. So May 29th, we kicking off this 20-year anniversary. I can't say it enough. It's a major milestone. Live, orchestra, choir, diamonds, tuxedos. I could see it. The Port of Miami, 20-year celebration.
Okay.
For Port of Miami. I want to just salute everybody that was down with me, supported all my records, push it to the limit, pots and pans. You know what I'm saying? I'm bad. Of course, every day I'm hustling, and we still hustling. We told them it wasn't just a record, but it was a lifestyle. We meant it. Here we are. We still in love with the game. We still in love with the culture. I hate to see old veteran niggas on podcasts complaining about the opportunity they had. I'll never.
Wow, why is he talking about? It feels like maybe there's something real here. By the way, I don't think it goes without mentioning that he has Nipsey Hussle over his shoulder, probably for symbolic reasons. But your Gunplay's supposed to be a nigga. He's kind of, the way he's saying like old veteran niggas, he's kind of almost like not having that homie feel to it, right? And this is what I'm saying. I think the issue's bigger because, you know what I mean? Be like, yo, he could describe Gunplay as a homie. He's describing him as an old bitter veteran.
Will be a complainer.
Now, I told you guys earlier.
Okay. Wow. Ooh,
Man,
shit.
what's up?
All right. Yeah. I'll say this one last thing. It's always been a motto to how I live. And for me, it's eliminated the need to ever hate on someone or ever think someone needs to give me or I deserved something more. I always say never watch what someone has if they work harder than you. And I think Gunplay's idea of what his career didn't become is because he's looking at where Rick Ross's career did go to and what Rick Ross's ventures did turn into. And what I would say to him is that before you say anything, and you might have some valid points, maybe, they should have gave you that budget, maybe whatever. But let me ask you this question. Do you feel like you work harder than Rick Ross? And if the answer is no, conversation over. If you ain't working harder than a motherfucker, I don't want to hear it. Outwork that nigga. And I'll leave that there.